Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about high altitude medicine and what goes into it. When I pack for an expedition, I pack not only for myself, but I pack for my team because we don't always have a doctor, and I don't always know what other people are going to bring. So, when people say they're not feeling well, oftentimes it's a headache. So, why not have some Advil for that? It's important to hydrate. It's good to have electrolytes. You might see them under the brand of Noon, but it's basically electrolytes and sugar. Electrolytes are simply things like sodium, potassium, magnesium, and then sugar, fructose, sucrose, things like that. They're put into these little sachets. You mix them with water, and that helps replenish the things that you lose with sweat as you're on the expedition. Cough drops, I love these from Boots Pharmacy in London. These are sore throat dual action relief. They help take away some of the dry cough, so I really like those. And you'll want something like Sudafed, which will help clear your nasal passages when you have a stuffy nose. There's Tums, which is just an antacid, and then there is Pepto-Bismol, which helps not only the gastro tract up here, but it'll help also early stages of diarrhea, real diarrhea, in which case you want something like Imodium. I like Imodium Instants. Unfortunately, these things that go under your tongue are really best bought at Boots in London, so I take a bunch of those. If you're going the other way and you're constipated and you can't go, then there's two things that can help you. One is something like Senecot, which will help slowly move things along, shall we say. There's also something in these three things, which is Colace, which is a stool softener. So it'll help if there's something really hard there. It'll help make it less hard. And finally, this little trick, believe it or not, with the pressure up top, people do get hemorrhoids. So what does altitude sickness start to feel like? It can be dizzy, it can be headachy, there can be nausea, things like that. So best is to treat what you feel first. So, if it's a headache, then we start with the headache medicine. But if they want to try something more, then we can give them something like Diamox. Diamox or acetazolamide is something that can treat the early stages of acute mountain sickness or AMS, which can happen. First aid burn kits, for the kitchen staff if they're in there cooking. Athlete's foot happens, boots are soggy, socks get wet. We have first aid antibiotic, which is open cuts. Put those in bandages. We get lots of funny things that happen to the eye, things flying to the eye, so we want to flush that out. We've got different antibiotics, neomycin and Vigamox or Vigamox, different drops that go into the eye to help cure that. The sun and you're really high up, there's lots of blisters, so we've got lots of different blister type creams that if blisters start to form on the lips. And believe it or not, there's dental problems that happen, so things like cavit, if there's a loose tooth or a dental problem. We have Ambisol, to take away pain, and good old crazy glue, because you never know what's going to go on up in that mouth. That has to be serious. And there's things like antibiotics. I've got 4 different types of antibiotics here, starting with the one for diarrhea, that's Cipro. There's 2 types of antibiotics that'll take care of gastrointestinal and upper respiratory. So that's Z-Pak, zithromycin, and Augmentin. And then we've got just doxycycline. If it's something like an INV, if there's nausea, real heavy nausea and vomiting, then I've got something here for them, Zofran. A case of high altitude pulmonary edema where there's water in the lungs that are building up. There's nifedipine. Worry about high altitude cerebral edema. We have dexamethasone, Vicodin, and we've got Nofen, which is a hydrocodone. These are basically, painkillers, prescription. So if somebody does break a bone or something where they're in extreme pain, this will at least take the pain away until we can get a helicopter rescue to help them. And Cadillac, that's just an extreme anti-inflammatory. But really, all of these things are here to help everyone on the expedition have a safe and happy and healthy expedition. And believe it or not, it all kind of ends up in here when we're done, which is great. And happy climbing. We'll see you on the other side.